Prometheus, the name echoes with the weight of rebellion, audacity, and eternal suffering. His myth is not just a chapter in the ancient Greek epic, but a universal story that resonates in the chambers of our hearts and minds. Who was Prometheus, and why does his story continue to captivate us after all these centuries? Let's find out. Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the most exciting and intriguing stories from all over the world. Join us as we take you on a journey through time, mythology, and adventure. Today, we will unravel the enigma of Prometheus, the titan who dared to steal fire from the gods and deliver it to mortals. In the grand tapestry of Greek mythology, Prometheus stands out as a titan of immense significance. He was the son of the titan Iapetus and the goddess Clymene. His name, Prometheus, translates to forethought or foresight, a quality that becomes evident throughout his legendary tale. Among his siblings were Atlas, who was condemned to hold up the sky for eternity, and Epimetheus, whose unwise choices brought about further suffering for humanity. But what truly set Prometheus apart was his unique relationship with the gods and their creations. He possessed a deep understanding of their nature and motivations, which allowed him to navigate the treacherous waters of Olympus with a level of cunning and insight that few others could match. This gift of foresight enabled him to anticipate the consequences of his actions and those of others, making him both a brilliant strategist and a cautionary figure whose missteps had profound implications for the future of humanity. The birth of mankind was a pivotal moment in Greek mythology, marking a shift in the balance of power between the gods and mortals. Prometheus, with his keen perception, recognized the potential of these new creatures and saw in them a reflection of the gods themselves. However, he also realized their immense vulnerability and weakness in the face of the challenges posed by the natural world. According to Hesiod's The Theogony, the gods created humans as a replacement for the Titans, who had been defeated and imprisoned in the depths of Tartarus. These new beings were crafted from clay and water, molded by the skillful hands of Athena, who bestowed upon them the gift of language and the ability to communicate. But despite their newfound capabilities, humans remained at the mercy of the elements, ill-equipped to defend themselves against the harsh realities of existence. Moved by compassion and recognizing the futility of their existence without the ability to fend for themselves, Prometheus devised a plan to empower humanity by bestowing upon them the most precious gift of all, fire. In his view, fire represented not just a practical tool for survival, but also the spark of civilization, the catalyst for progress and enlightenment. By bringing fire to mortals, Prometheus aimed to elevate them from a state of primitive struggle to one of advancement and cultural sophistication. However, this act of defiance did not come without its consequences. As the Titan well knew, fire was a powerful force, capable of both creation and destruction. In the hands of mortals, it could be used to ward off predators, to cook food, and to illuminate the darkness. But it could also lead to the destruction of resources and the spread of knowledge that might challenge the authority of the gods. For Prometheus, the decision to defy the gods was a necessary one. He believed that humanity's right to survival and advancement outweighed the potential risks, and that the responsibility of guiding them towards wisdom and restraint lay ultimately in their own hands. By providing them with the means to thrive, he hoped that mortals would learn to harness fire responsibly, using it as a tool for growth and enlightenment, rather than succumbing to its destructive potential. It is important to note that Prometheus's act of defiance wasn't solely motivated by a desire to elevate humanity, but also stemmed from a deep-seated resentment towards Zeus. The king of the gods had, in the past, treated mortals unjustly and with disdain, often subjecting them to whims and punishments that served to maintain their subservient status. Prometheus, with his inherent empathy for humanity, found himself at odds with Zeus's autocratic rule and sought to challenge the established order by empowering mortals and expanding their capabilities. Furthermore, the theft of fire can be seen as an act of knowledge and wisdom itself, a way of broadening the horizons of human understanding and challenging the limitations imposed by divine authority. By defying the gods and acquiring fire, Prometheus demonstrated that mortals were capable of independent thought and action, capable of shaping their own destiny rather than blindly submitting to the dictates of the divine realm. Zeus, however, viewed Prometheus's actions as a direct challenge to his authority and a threat to the established cosmic order. The king of the gods felt threatened by the growing capabilities of mortals and the implications for the balance of power between the divine and mortal realms. For Zeus, the theft of fire represented a breach of the boundaries between gods and men, and he sought to punish Prometheus severely for his audacity. In Greek mythology, Fire was not merely a physical element, but a symbol of divine power and enlightenment. It was seen as a sacred gift bestowed upon the gods, one that set them apart from the primordial chaos of the universe and enabled them to shape reality according to their will. By stealing fire and delivering it to mortals, Prometheus transgressed the boundaries between the divine and the mortal, blurring the lines between gods and men and challenging the very foundations of their supremacy. This act of defiance did not go unnoticed. Hestia, one of the 12 Olympians and the goddess of hearth and home, was the first to bear witness to the consequences of Prometheus's actions. When mortals used fire to cook their food, the aroma reached Olympus, catching the attention of the gods. As the divine beings sampled the delectable scents wafting from the mortal realm, they grew envious and intrigued. This piqued their curiosity and sparked a debate regarding the source of the enticing aromas. As the discussion intensified, Hera, the queen of the gods and wife of Zeus, grew increasingly suspicious and determined to uncover the truth behind the tantalizing smells. Driven by her insatiable curiosity and veiled jealousy, she took it upon herself to investigate the matter, descending from Olympus to the mortal realm to discover the origin of the alluring fragrances. Upon her arrival, Hera disguised herself as a simple mortal woman and approached some nearby mortals, inquiring about the source of the mouth-watering smells. The mortals, unaware of her true identity, informed her that the delicious aromas originated from Prometheus, who had defied the gods and stolen fire to bestow upon them. With this revelation, Hera returned to Olympus. Seething with anger and indignation, she confronted Prometheus, accusing him of his audacious act of defiance and stealing fire, a sacred gift belonging to the gods. Prometheus, unapologetic and steadfast in his convictions, maintained that his actions were justified, and that mortals needed fire for their advancement and survival. Hera, outraged by Prometheus's insolence and determination to defy divine authority, vowed revenge and enlisted the help of her husband Zeus to punish Prometheus for his transgressions. Zeus, already suspicious of Prometheus's activities and wary of the growing capabilities of mortals, saw in Hera's accusations a confirmation of his fears and joined his wife in her pursuit of retribution. Together, the divine couple devised a plan to punish Prometheus and set into motion the events that would seal his fate and serve as a warning to other ambitious titans. The punishment of Prometheus was a testament to the wrath and vindictiveness of the gods, particularly Zeus, who held absolute authority in the Olympian pantheon. Chained to a rock in a remote corner of the earth, Prometheus was subjected to an agonizing fate. Each day an eagle would swoop down and devour his regenerating liver, only to return the following night to begin the gruesome process anew. This cyclical torment ensured that Prometheus would never find peace or release from his suffering, condemned to endure the pain and agony of perpetual violation. Moreover, the choice of liver for the eagle to devour was no accident. In ancient Greek culture, the liver was associated with the concept of prophecy and the ability to foresee the future. By targeting Prometheus's liver, the gods were effectively silencing the Titan's gift of foresight, stripping him of the very quality that had enabled him to anticipate the needs of humanity and devise plans for their advancement. Furthermore, the public nature of Prometheus's punishment added another layer of humiliation and suffering. Chained to a rock in plain sight, the Titan became a spectacle for the gods and mortals alike, a cautionary figure whose torments served as a warning against challenging divine authority and pursuing knowledge that might incur the gods' displeasure. Through the suffering of Prometheus, the gods sought to establish and maintain their supremacy, reminding both mortals and immortals of the consequences of crossing the boundaries between the divine and the mortal. The myth of Prometheus raises profound questions about the nature of knowledge, the limits of human audacity, and the consequences of challenging divine authority. Prometheus's relentless pursuit of wisdom and his willingness to defy the gods to benefit humanity serve as a reminder of the power of knowledge and the importance of challenging oppressive systems of power. At the same time, the Titan's excruciating punishment serves as a warning of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the hubris that can lead mortals to transgress the boundaries of what is permissible. By exploring the complexities of Prometheus's character and the ramifications of his actions, we are challenged to consider the role of knowledge and enlightenment in our own lives and the responsibilities that come with the pursuit of wisdom. The myth of Prometheus continues to resonate with audiences today, because it speaks to the timeless human struggle for knowledge, enlightenment and freedom. Despite the Titan's horrific suffering, His bravery in challenging the gods and standing up for the rights of humanity serves as an inspiration for those who fight against oppression and injustice. Moreover, the myth's exploration of the consequences of unchecked divine power and the abuse of authority serves as a cautionary tale for those who wield power and those who seek to hold them accountable. By grappling with the ethical and philosophical questions raised by the myth, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, our place in the world, and the responsibilities that come with the pursuit of wisdom and enlightenment. And that's the story of Prometheus, the titan who dared to steal fire from the gods and bring light to the darkness of human ignorance. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the world of Greek mythology and learned something new about one of its most enduring figures. If you did, please don't forget to show your support. Your likes and comments mean the world to us and inspire us to keep bringing you these captivating stories. Also, if you're eager for more mythological adventures, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got a lineup of tales that will transport you to ancient realms and introduce you to gods, heroes and monsters that will leave you spellbound. So join our community of myth enthusiasts and get ready for more mythical escapades. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember the fire of knowledge burns bright.